Hi friends, as always I'm very excited to see you here. If you're meeting for the first time, I'm Shankar Pandey and this is the Dr. USP channel. I host videos on media, communication, research and statistics on this channel. To stay updated with the latest on this channel, I urge you to consider subscribing to the channel. The term cancel culture is a very recent addition to the academic lexicon. It is a variation of the call-out culture. It basically means shunning or ostracizing a celebrity for something which they have said or done. The cancel culture is often seen as a digital ill which leads to a spiral of silence in the public discourse. Others regard it as a form of free speech itself, which makes public celebrities accountable.
The boycott calls that we see intermittently on the social media these days against celebrities or against movies for that matter is an example of cancel culture. The term cancel culture is believed to have originated from an obscure slang term cancel, referring to breaking up with someone. It was first used in a 1980s song. Since then, the idea of cancelling began to disseminate from Twitter in the 2010s. It was used as a reaction to someone doing something you disapproved of, either jokingly or seriously. You then cancelled them. As the term caught on, cancel culture began to evolve into a way of responding not just to friends or acquaintances, but also to celebrities or entities whose behavior offended you. Cancelling someone often involved boycotting them professionally. The idea of cancel culture is about how to hold public figures accountable for bad behavior. It isn't just about when and how public figures should lose their status and their livelihoods. It's also about establishing new ethical and social norms and figuring out how to collectively respond when those norms are violated. Societies have punished people for behaving outside of perceived social norms for centuries. Cancel culture is an extension of or a contemporary evolution of a much bolder set of social processes that we can see in the form of banishment. It is often designed to reinforce the set of norms. Cancel culture can be seen as an extension of call-out culture. It is a natural progression from pointing out a problem to calling for the head of the person who caused it. It is different from broader public shaming trends and trolling and harassment, which is sometimes referred to as outrage culture. In a society where cultural participation is increasingly democratized, the refusal to participate also becomes more important. Cancel culture then serves as a pop culture corrective for the sense of powerlessness that many people feel. When celebrities and influencers are subject of scandals, there are usually 4 possible public reactions: condemnation, indifference, resentment, and approval. On the social media, it is difficult to assess which types of transgression will result in approval or condemnation, as the understanding of scandalous has changed. One wrong word in a post, a statement contrary to the dominant narrative, an insensitive joke, or even a problematic essay will open the floodgates of vitriol from social media users. A public shaming ensues and one is cancelled. As someone said, almost everyone worth knowing has been cancelled by someone on the social media these days. In the vast majority of cancellations, the accusation is a matter of degree, and the question is whether cancellation is proportionate to sins committed. A mere accusation of racism, sexism, homophobia, anti-minority bias is enough to get a person cancelled. Cancelling is somewhat similar to blacklisting and boycotting of an earlier age. They are also mediated processes, though limited both in scope and effectiveness by factors of structural power, time, and access to resources. Cancelling someone is a form of cultural boycott. In the United States, cancel culture arose within black culture and dates back to black empowerment movements such as the civil rights boycotts of the 1950s and 1960s. It promotes the idea that black people should be empowered to reject the parts of pop culture that spread harmful ideas. Social media conversation, as we know, is intersectional, multidimensional, and less restricted. This enables users to effectively talk back and mobilize around topics outside the view of the mainstream until they go viral. At this point, they get the desired attention of the mainstream news media and counter dominant discourses. The use of broadcast-style social media platforms such as Twitter and YouTube allow marginalized groups to engage in networked framing. It is a process by which collective experiences of an offending party's unjust behavior is discussed, evaluated, and prescribed a remedy. This remedy could be calls for boycotting them professionally. Cancel culture is situated within the Habermasian concept of the public sphere, which assumes public discourse is the realm of the elites. The power to define reality resides among the elites. The act of cancelling someone, thus, is one of those spontaneous collective practices initiated by social media users who could be regarded as counter-publics in the Habermasian sense. Traditional media institutions, gatekeepers, have been cut off from the process in the social media these days, and celebrities can now directly access the public through the digital networks that they have cultivated. Equally, the public can directly reach out to these individuals mediated through technology. This is a necessary condition for the cancel culture. As ideological divides seem more and more insurmountable, the line between the personal and the political is vanishing for many people. Even though cancel culture seems to generate few lasting consequences for celebrities and their careers, it is regarded as part of a broader negative trend. Cancel culture is also seen as a descendant of both hard-right McCarthyism and hard-left Stalinism. McCarthyism's most powerful and pervasive impact was on private individuals, corporations, education institutions, and the media of the day. Once a person was labeled as a communist, he could no longer participate in public life in America. Others believe cancel culture is trying to silence someone who does not have the same belief as you. Basically, it is taking their right to free speech away. It is a synonym for political correctness where words and phrases are taken out of context to bury the careers of people. Many believe a mob mentality is at play in these cases.
Thanks for staying along, friends. As always, it has been a delight having you here. I'll be back with another video very soon. Till then, have a great time.